Hey guys, it's Esteban again with Incognitistic. Today I want to talk about more of the lack of being able to see and read social cues and even blatant verbal cues from people. And that happens apparently quite a bit in the neurodivergent community, especially the autistic community. And so I've got so many stories about when somebody was trying to communicate to me and I wasn't able to read what they were communicating, even though it was like right in front of my face. One of the funnier ones is, especially actually, several funny ones are when it comes to somebody making a move on me, attracted to me, and is trying to relay that, whether through body language or verbal, and it completely going over my head. So one of these stories is when, actually a few of them are from when I was a police officer on patrol. One of them is during Valentine's Day. I was patrolling with my partner and we had conducted a traffic stop on an individual who what they did was that they were getting off the freeway and they made what's called a California stop at a red light as they exit the freeway and made a right turn. So we saw that happen and we stopped them, and I approached the vehicle and they were very nice. It was a female about my age, and she apologized and she wished me a happy Valentine's Day, and she said, if I could explain to her why I stopped her. And I did. Told her what she did, and I was very clear and specific. And she kept asking me questions about myself and being a police officer, and a whole bunch of questions that really had nothing to do with the traffic stop. So I told her that I'd be back, and I wrote her a ticket, and I came back. And when I came back for her to sign, she signed it, and then she gave me a big chocolate heart. And on the heart, was her name and her number. And I just put the heart away, and my partner and I drove away. I never thought about that until my partner asked me what she gave me, and I told him, and he looked at it. He says that she was hitting on me, and I thought it was funny. I was married at the time, so it didn't really matter to me. But had I not been married, I wouldn't have seen it anyways. Another story is that I was on patrol and we handled a radio call, and there was a young lady that was a witness to a domestic violence, and my partner and I were investigating it. And the witness, again, was overly chatty about things that had nothing to do with the crime and what she saw to me. And the final weird thing that threw me off was that she looked at my wedding ring and she asked if that was a wedding ring or a promise ring. And I told her, I said, my wife gave me that. It's a wedding ring. And I walked off and continued my investigation of the different other witnesses. And of course, when my partner talked to me about it and I told him what had transpired, he said that she had been hitting on me and I didn't even see it. In retrospect, I know that he's right, and it's obvious, but in the moment I wasn't picking up any body language. I wasn't picking up any information that might have led me to believe, because I was so hyper-focused on the task, and my ability to read body language and verbal cues like that are not that great when it comes to small talk and things of that nature. And the final one is when I met my wife. We met at a party, and we were both forced to go. And one of the things that happened is that we talked for a long time, and I really was interested in her. I wasn't quite sure if she wasn't me, and I went to use the bathroom at one of the hostesses' bedroom because it was the only bathroom working, and my wife, or my interest at the time, disappeared. When I came back, she was no longer there. And, I never thought anything of it, but it turned out that because I had gone into the bedroom of this other woman to use the bathroom, she had thought that maybe I was just going there and I was interested in her, and I lost interest in my wife, or potentially my future wife. And so had I been more sensible and had been able to read body language and verbal cues better, and actually be more adept myself at relaying that to her, she wouldn't have left that night. Luckily, she was interested enough to where she reached out again, and thank God she did, because I would have never reached out again, most likely, because I would not want to bother people who did not have interest. So anyhow, you guys have any stories about interesting verbal cues, body language that you misinterpreted or didn't even comprehend at all? I'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching. Take care.